everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Soup Bowl, where we're talking about leading our lives with your host, Renee Murdoch. So, what are we going to get into today? I don't know. Let's just see where we go. So, today was a pretty eventful day. Not, eventful is every day, right? Because there's things that's taking place throughout our day. But today, I wanted to do this earlier. Didn't pan out like that, but that's okay. That is okay. You have to get that laundry done. I'm still doing it. I got 3 more loads, but it's going to get done, right? So when I'm trying to do things, when you're trying to do things in your times, like your timeline, and when it doesn't go according to your plan, right? Sometimes, well, I don't know if you're a type A personality, then, you can get a little sideways, looking people a little sideways but hey, I am learning. Let me be transparent. I am learning how to do better and just realizing that life happens. And so we just got to roll with it. We have to be able to make adjustments and just carry on. That laundry going to get done. That laundry is going to get done. And this podcast is going to get recorded. It might not have been in my time, but it's going to get recorded, right? So, hey, it is what it is. Well, let me tell you, this week was my anniversary, right? 2-1. Yes, applause around, salutations and salutations, right? 21 years. 21 years I've been here, okay? So I know some of you might have had, years. Hey, if you in this thing to win it, applause. 1 year, applause. 2 years, applause. Now the old people say, keep living, baby. Keep living. So I said when I get to 20 years, I got something to say. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to got something to say now. But it's funny because I wasn't really talking. I got to say certain things, but it's just like, no, you got more to learn, girl. You got more to learn. And so, but I'm just happy to say we made it to 21 years. No one has killed one another, but we have died daily. This thing takes dying to do. There is no, special this, special that, or whatever. You just have to be willing to die. That's it. You just have to be willing to die. You have to be willing to suffer. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to serve. All those things. All those things. And be willing to be transparent, open, and honest with your spouse. With your spouse. You cannot do it without those things. So there's no special formula or recipe. That was it right there. That was it. So you just put all those things in there, bake your cake or, bake your souffle, whatever you want to do, but that's it right there. And so just utilizing those tools will get you through the next year, the year. And not only that, but to have a mindset, I'm going to stay, because too much quitting is taking place in everything that we do in life. So we don't, a lot of times people are not getting married, right, to build something together, right, and to come together as one, because it says 2 are coming together as one. 2 is coming together as one. So if you got 2 things comes together at one, there's going to be friction there. There's going to be some, dying or whatever, pruning that is taking place. There's nothing in life where 2 separate things can come together to make one thing where it's going to be all roses and woo, 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 doo, 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 doo. But after those 2 things come together, right, and after certain seasons, you begin to see the fruit of those things. And that's the way marriage is, right? So if you're not in it for the long haul, just stay out there dating, you know what I'm saying, and just don't do it, because we just got way too many divorces, and it's just be over silly stuff. To me, it's silly stuff because, like, you can work through that. You can work through everything if both people are willing to work through it, right? So there's that. So yay, 21. We're going to do 21 more. As long as both of us are in the land of the living, we're in it to win it, people. We're in it to win it. And let me tell you, again, it's just not all roses. But hey, it's great to be with someone that you can just grow with, spend time with, talk to, laugh with, cry with, complain with, all those things, right? And learn from each other as well. So shout out to Bay, shout out to Murdoch. That's really what I call him, Murdoch. So shout out to you, 21 years more. Let's do it, Bay. Let's do it. All right, so this is what I wanted to share with you all today. I've been holding on to this information, and I was wondering, like, how do I say this? How do I tell people this? Or do I even have to say it? Like, why do we have to be on social media? Okay, why do we have to be on social media and, dramatize, this information, right? Oh, I got something to share with you guys. I'm going to be sharing it at this time. Tune in. And you sitting there waiting. Ooh, I can't wait. And then, like, you get on it, right? And then they're talking for like 20, 30, 40 minutes. And you're like, are they going to share the information? And then it'd be like one line or two words. And then you're like, did they share it? And then you don't catch it, right? Because you're waiting for this new information, this new whatever that is going to be. And you're just like, where is this information at? And then you go back to their social media and then they say it, like in just like a 5-second clip. And you're like, oh, I didn't get all of that out of your 45-minute speech. I didn't get that. So could you have just did that in 5 seconds? I don't know. I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying. So, but anyway, so I was just like, I'm going to dramatize this thing. I'm going to make a clip and short and all these things. I ain't got time for that. I do not have time for that. But we'll see. I just like the laughs. But what I'm going to say right now might not be a surprise to some of you that know me. But it was a shocker to me. It was a shocker to me. Let me tell you. I have decided that I'm going to change my diet. You see the confetti coming down right now? Ooh. Like, yay. Spirit hands, people, spirit hands. But I'm going to change my diet. Again. I'm going to change my diet again. So every time I get new information, right, with either within my body itself or reading or watching something, then I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So if you haven't watched it yet, I encourage you to watch. So there's two things on Netflix right now. And one is called the Blue Age, the Blue States or Blue Places or whatever, where people live longer and what they're doing. And then there's another one that is called Eating to Live or Living to Eat, one of those things, right? I have to look it up. I should have known this already. Bless you. But I'm pretty sure as I'm looking this up, you're probably like, I already know what you're talking about, Renee, right? And so let me see if it's on my thing. Let me see which. It should be on the trending now. And again, it might not be. Because it might not be trending for some people. Hey, we don't want to know how to eat, right? Oh, you are what you eat. That's what it's called. I wanted to make sure I said the right name. You are what you eat. And so I watched this as well. So the one about the blue regions, right? That one I watched last year. and then you are what you eat. I watch this, right? So the blue region areas are, there is an individual who's goes around, right, travels, whatnot, and he goes to these places. Now, this documentary is based upon a book that was written. So there is a book out there, so you can read the book as well. So he's going around and he's visiting these areas where people are living longer. Because, now the average, span is in your 80s or 70s, right? There's not too many people that are living into their 90s and 100s. I mean, you look in the Bible, people was living to 700 years old, right? So, but as generations, I don't know if you read the Bible or not, but as generations started to come into play, you will notice, like in the Bible, that the age got, less and less. So it was like 700, it lived to 700, and now it's 600, and now it's 500, and then it's 400. Can you imagine being on Earth that long? 400 years? Wow, right? Things change. That's interesting. But now, we see people making it to 100, but not a lot of people are making it there, right? So how can we live a long life, but a long, healthy life? So no matter how long we're living, we should want to live a healthy life, because we don't want to live long and then be in ailments. We don't want to be on medicine and disable body functions and things of that nature based upon something that we cause. Because there's a lot of things that we can do that can prevent some of these health issues. Everything is not genetic. Everything is not genetic. Oh, let me take these off real quick. Everything is not genetic, okay? So we can't be blaming, my genes and mama and them had and papa, had these things. No. What are you doing, right, with your life? It is your life. You only get one. And so you have to ask yourself, what are you doing with it? Do you want to live a long, prosperous life in good health and in good spirits, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Or do you want to live a life where someone always has to take care of you, you're always on medicines, you're always trying to do this, and you're going back and forth to the doctor? No, I don't know anyone that raised their hands and say, hey, I want to do that. But in reality, inwardly, you might be doing that with the way that you're eating. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to give you information and just for us to just chat it up, right? So, again, I watched these documentaries, and they were really good, and so I want you to go check them out. So the other one, You Are What You Eat, they take these twins, they do this study in California, and it's on twins. And so one, they give the vegan diet, and then the other one, they give a meat diet. And so they kind of do like all their blood work and things, and they do these type of tests and things like before. Then they give them the diet, they give them the resources that they need, they give them meals for a whole week. And then after that week, they have to prepare the meals themselves, but they have to stay on this diet. And they give them the resources for exercising as well. And then after that period, they come back, they do the test again. Of course, you get the results. Well, there's a lot of talk going on social media saying that, they were really trying to push for the vegan diet, and everyone that was talking, they're all about, having plant-based diets and whatnot. Well, that's the lifestyle that they're choosing, people that they are. But these people also talked about their health issues before they actually went to a plant-based diet, or, some of the things that occurred to them. But them using twins, scientific data showing that, hey, you can still, whether you use a meat diet or a plant-based diet, you can have good results. But again, it's based upon your body type. Your body is based upon that. So your body will tell you what you're putting into it, whether it agrees with it or not. If you're eating and all of a sudden your stomach expands, you're bloated, and It's like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that. I can't wait to go to sleep, wake back up, or maybe I just need to lay down so it look like my stomach is flat, those type of things. Then it wasn't good for you, or you got a headache, you know what I'm saying, or you feel insomnia happening or whatever, or your face is breaking out, things of that nature. Then these types of food are not good for you. But going back to the actual documentary, is that these twins, right, showed results, but they all had good results. It's just some results were, better than the other. So it's just, again, you're saying, no one was saying in, that show, do not eat meat or don't do this. It was just saying, hey, if you're going to do it, know where your food is coming from. Know where your food is coming from. And then make sure that you have a healthy diet. Everybody's diet is different. And so you have to choose. It's up to you. So I say all that to say that, of course, I had to go do some research on my own and go look up some things. And I was like, oh, I'm about to shut this down. Like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, Renee, you're not even eating meat really anyway on a regular basis. So what does it matter? What does it matter? One, you've been playing around with this for years. Let's just rip the bandage off right now. Let's just do it. If you think about it too long, you might go back. So at that moment, I was like, that's it, I'm vegan. I'm vegan. Hallelujah, I'm vegan. You hear me? But I decided in that moment, I was like, I'm just going to do a plant-based diet. Let's see where it takes me. I don't know. But I can say that it won't take me to high blood pressure and low, and high cholesterol and all those things. So we'll see. But as I was looking up different types of diets, I realized that I have been a flexitarian. All these years I was a flexitarian. And I didn't even know it. Because, I don't be trying to figure out a name on everything. This is just the way I eat. So when people are like, oh, are you vegan and vegetarian? I was like, no, I eat meat every now and then. I don't have to have it. If I don't want to chew, I gave up beef, pork a long time ago, like years ago, right? And it was like, not too long after maybe I'm like my 20, 21, something like that, I gave up pork. Then after that, I gave up beef, right? So, and I was literally eating just like turkey, every now and then chicken. I wasn't eating fried chicken. I just didn't like it. And then I would eat salmon, cod. Then I was eating tilapia. But then when I found out about tilapia, I just cut that out. And so I just stopped eating that. And then was eating tuna. So, but it wasn't like an everyday thing, right? And so I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a flexitarian. Well, I was a flexitarian. So I told Bay, I told Murdoch, and he was like, leave me alone. Just don't mess with me. And so I just started laughing because I knew what he meant. He meant that if I was going to do this, hey Muscle, come here, bud. Okay, have fun, okay? Have fun. All right, see you later. Be good, okay? All right. He's going on a sleepover. We're allowing him to go on a sleepover. So back to what I was saying was that I'm telling, Murdoch, like, this is what I'm going to do. Again, because you got to let people know in your household what you're doing because things might going to change up a little bit. And he was like, don't mess with me. You better do not come my way. So I was like, cool, this is me. I'm not going to try to make you do anything that you don't want to do. And so he just gave me the side glance, right? Because I do like slowly but surely be moving stuff out the way. But let me tell you, when I do that and I bring in other things, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat that, I want to eat that, right? Then why, when your stuff runs out, you come over and eat my stuff, right? Like turkey bacon, which is so gross, so nasty, I can't do it. But then when I was cooking it or whatever, then, oh, can I try a little bit of that? Okay, sure. When I was making sweet potato black beans burgers, oh, you wanted some of that too. Oh, it's good, you know. Just say you like it. Just say you like it, and we cool, right? So he just doesn't want to say that he really likes eating this way. And so I just let him be him. You know, you just do you, boo. You just do you. So anyway, I had to look this up, and I just wanted to share with you all. There's so many different diets or whatever, because we just, as people, we like to put names on things, and so anyway, so it's lacto-ovo vegetarian, right? I could be saying these wrong, but you get the point, right? So it's no meat, poultry, seafood, or meat products. These vegetarians will still eat eggs and dairy products. Then you have the lacto vegetarian. There's no meat, plus no eggs or products containing eggs, right, such as baked goods. But they will still consume dairy foods. Like what? So like they'll eat cheese, right? Cream cheese, things of that nature, sour cream. Then there's vegan. No meats or eggs, plus no milk or dairy foods, such as cheese, yogurt, ice creams, ingredients made from milk, whey, casein, or honey. Vegans, right, are particularly tend to have lower BMIs, right, and they have lower cholesterol and blood pressure. So you have to make sure that you are getting enough of protein, right, and vitamin B and vitamin C and things into your diet, right? And then there's the pescatarian. They only eat fish, right, but they still consume eggs and dairy. Then there's the vegan. You're like, what? What, Renee? There's the vegan. And the vegan, can you guess what that is? They're vegan, but they eat honey. The vegan, they vegan, but they eat honey. Okay. Then there's the flexitarian. Eat mostly plant foods. That was me, right? Because I was like, oh, I love soy, I love tofu. I just love all these things. It's so great to me. But it also includes small amounts of meats in the diet. And then, you know, again, there's a vegan. So why did I decide, you know, I'm going vegan? Well, one is because the world that we live in and how we are getting our food and making our food is just you know, wrong. I'm first of all, I don't believe in pets, although I have muscle. That wasn't my ideal. It was the good people's. And so, you know, I got voted out. And so there's that. But I don't agree, right, with the way that we are treating animals. I do understand that there's a cycle of life, right, and that we, you know, we're to consume them, whatever, but we're also to take care of them, that they're to take care of our land and things of that nature. But I don't think we have to torture them. I don't think we have to reproduce them, you know, in labs and things of that nature. I just don't think we should have to do that. How you know they're eating, what they're eating, right? They're eating their own feces, right? The fertilization of things, like even if you're not growing your own produce, like you have to be careful to where your produce is coming from. Yes, I know you're like, this is a lot. This is why I don't want to do it or whatnot. But no, if you have the opportunity to grow your own crops, then I encourage you to do that. You might not be in a place, you know, that does that. But there are, especially like if you live in the city, inner city, like there's places where the community can come together, possibly get a plot or something, talk to the city where you all can like come together and grow, have a greenhouse or something there and grow produce. But you know, if you're able to do it within your neighborhood, your home, I encourage you to do that because then you know exactly where your produce is coming from. Because leaving the farmer and transporting all the way to the grocery store, there is a process that is taking place. See, I was ignorant to the fact of just thinking like, oh, they just, you know, people pick the stuff, people buy it, they ship it, whatever, and it ends up in the grocery store. No. No, that's not what happens. And so I encourage you to go look that up. And I encourage you again to go watch the documentary. So how do I feel thus far? So it's been 3 weeks, and I feel pretty good about my journey in this, and been looking up things again, looking up what I can and cannot eat. So I'm just straight going vegan. I'm not doing vegan, but I don't know. I might go to vegan, because I honey, whatnot. But I don't have to have those things. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I eat honey every day, and what I'm going to do with my tea. No. So I think that, again, I'm on the vegan journey. The only thing that thus far where I have time to mourn over, to be honest with you, is a couple of things that were kind of like my guilt-free treats, so to speak. Because I'm not really like junk food person. It was my hot tamales. My hot tamales was one of them. That was like my thing, my hot tamales and my Twizzlers. Hot tamales, Twizzlers. Oh, and then my Haribo gummy bears. When I would travel, those were those three right there that I was like, I had to have at least one of them in my backpack. That was like my little snacky thing. And then the funny thing about it is that I had trail mix too. But that was just my thing, right? It was one of those three, and then it was some trail mix. And when I was going road march, it was Twizzlers. That was my thing. So I'm like, road marching, whatever. But yeah, so I've really been mourning that part of it. I've really been mourning that part of it. Not so much as the cheese that some people say, because I don't really, I love cheese, I do. But there's vegan cheese, and it's not that bad. I'm not eating that much of it. I bought some, but I'm not eating that much of it. And then the bread part, I was already going towards gluten-free bread anyway. So I just think that that's okay. But you actually can eat bread, certain types of bread, right? Like sourdough bread you can have. I think focaccia bread you can have. It's okay. Like those things are okay, but I try to not eat as much bread to begin with, because and that's why I was going to gluten. I've been going to gluten-free bread because that is that gluten. It was caused the bloating for me. So I've been doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. And so I just want you all to check in on me, and say, Renee, how have you, went back to being a flexitarian yet? And so we'll see how long this will last. But I really would like to, I have my mind made up that I am going to do this thing and really stay true to it as much as possible, and finding new ways to eat. If I can grow some produce, I'm going to get Bay. You hear me say that? I'm going to get Bay out there to plant this stuff. So I'm going to help. But that's just, it's not my strength. And I'm okay to say that it's not my strength. I'm okay with that. So again, I just want to encourage you all, go out there, go to Netflix, check it out. Hey, if it moves you in any type of way, then more power to you. But I can say this, regardless if you're going vegan, where you're going to eat meat, you're going to eat fish only, vegetarian only with milk products, no matter what you do know that you are what you eat. And what you are consuming will not only display on the inside, but it is going to replicate that on the outside. So just think about how your skin is, your nails, all of those things matter. It matters. So, hey, do your body good. Not milk, but do your body good. You do your body good. And be mindful of that. We love to go out and eat in restaurants, but sometimes it's not always good to go out and eat all the time. It's a little bit different when you have that home cooked meal and those vegetables right in your on your home. So hey, until next time, I want you all to stay safe out there, and I'm wishing the best for you on this journey. And so remember, leading is teachable. You're leading your life first, and I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Until next time, peace.